Coats down here, the operating room in sunny Stuart, Florida. And this is the continuing saga of detailing this 1978 AMC Pacer. Earlier, we did a live broadcast, showed the holograms in the paint everywhere and what it took to remove them. Coming up next though is taking out the wiper marks. Now I've got the camera set up to kind of show them, and they're an arc that follows the pattern of the actual wiper blades here, like this. They're pretty shallow, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 3-inch pad on. So here's a 3-inch rayon pad, here's the interface pad, and I'll put this on a backing plate, and I'm gonna take a rotary polisher, and I'm just gonna sit here and massage those scratches out. Then I'm gonna put a 5-inch pad and tackle the whole windshield. It just has a lot of light scratches. The thing's, 30, 40 years old. But anyway, so let me come back there and just zoom in so you can see really close where the wiper marks. You can see I got some tape there that points them out just to make sure that you see them.
Okay, so I just want to kind of share what I've done there. See the blue painter's tape? What that painter's tape is doing is it's about 2 inches away from the actual wiper mark in an arc pattern. And you can see there is actually a 3-inch rayon pad there. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna help me to stay focused on running that 3-inch pad in that arc pattern so I don't waste any time polishing the surrounding glass, which some of it doesn't have any problems at all. I just really wanna focus on just the wiper mark there. And for those of you saying, hey Mike, aren't you gonna make a visual imperfection? No, the wiper mark is shallow. You're not gonna see no difference at all. If it was deep, you would, and I wouldn't do this, but I'm just gonna run the pad along that arc scratch and try to work that scratch out, and then I'll come back and polish out the whole windshield. You can also see how I've taken some frog tape, some yellow light tack frog tape, and I've covered up the Wayne's World sticker. I don't want to mess around trying to replace it. It's fine the way it is. I just don't want to get it full of splatter because polishing glass is messy. You'll also notice I'm not taping the car off this time, and that's because when I get done with this, I'm going to just take it outside and wash it. So the Dr. Beasley's NSP glass polish will wash off. But in most cases, I'm going to tape a car off because the type of car it is, it's a classic. I'm not going to introduce water to it, but this one here is going to get washed because I've also got to take and machine scrub the tires. Believe it or not, somebody painted them black. So I'm going to see if I can't machine scrub that black paint off using some Comet. We'll see if it works. I'll show you. If not, then I'll try paint thinner or something else.
So it's approximately 1:30. I started this project at noon. So I probably have an hour solid machine polishing the windshield. And then I went ahead and buffed all the glass on the rest of the side windows. For the side windows, I was just doing topical glass polishing, just pulling the crud off of the glass. And I'll have a picture to show you what the pad looks like. But the pad is actually, if you were here in person, you could look at it. I'll take a close-up shot of it. It's got the kind of a brownish red color to it. And that's probably overspray when they painted the car. Overspray gets everywhere. But this is what came off the side windows of the glass. This pad was white when I started because I worked on the windshield. Anyway, there is 2 types of glass polishing. There's subsurface, so that's when you're taking scratches, wiper marks, water spots, etchings, and tiny pits out of glass. And then there's topical. Topical glass polishing is where you're taking any kind of crud, surface impurities, overspray paint, anything that's built up on the surface of the glass. And the Dr. Beasley's NSP Geo glass polish will take off both types. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and I'll come in and take an after video to show you what it really looks like.
Okay, so here are the final results after removing the tape, wiping the glass spotlessly clean. Let me just go ahead and zoom in. There's still some scratches in there, but those wiper marks are at least 95% gone. And I usually aim for 100% correction, but if I get anywhere in the 90 to 100%, you know, somewhere in that range, I'm gonna call that good. I'll take that.
So just to recap everything I did, I went ahead and taped off the lower frame because the windshield wiper arms are there, using a rotary polisher to throw a lot of splatter. Then that just kept me from having to come back and clean up the arms and the rubber blades. I also taped off around the trim because, again, rotary buffer sling stuff will get up inside the trim here. These classic cars have these nice pieces of trim around instead of plastic or rubber. And but the rest of the car I just left undone because I'm going to take this outside and wash it. This stuff does wash off really well. After that, I put a 3-inch pad on a 3-inch vacuum plate on a rotary polisher, and I taped off where the arc scratch primarily was, and then I just kind of focused or concentrated in that area with the 3-inch pad. And I probably did that for about 25-30 minutes. Then I switched over to a 5-inch pad, and then I just kind of tag teamed, and I knocked out this side for a while, knocked out the other side for a while. That kind of keeps your temperatures low instead of just trying to buff the one side out constantly. I set up 2 polishers so I could just walk back and forth between the two. Then I cleaned it off and took the after shots. The thing I would say about glass polishing, subsurface glass polishing, topical glass polishing is easy. Just run the polisher over the glass. Pretty much anything will peel off. The scratches in glass, though, you just gotta remember, glass is hard. And so the scratches aren't just gonna buff out. When I started doing those arc scratches for the first probably at least 20 minutes, I kept inspecting and looking. It's like, I'm not making any progress. But you hit the tipping point, okay? And that's when you start removing enough material that they visually start to disappear. So you gotta stick to it. You gotta have tenacity. You gotta stick with it. You get the job done. And it's a good idea to shoot for 100%. You know, gosh, if you get like 90, I'd say I'm like 95, 96% scratch removal on this windshield. That's good. I mean, it's going to be a lot safer to see through. It's going to look better cosmetically. The owner doesn't got to pull this out, maybe find cancerous rust that they got to do a complete body off restoration. Owner's happy, I'm happy. So, you know, keep your expectations in balance. Shoot for the stars, but you know, if you land a little bit lower, it's still going to be good. It is important to use a rayon pad. You can get both the NSP GL glass polish and 3-inch and 5-inch rayon pads at drbeasleys.com. One thing I would point out is I teach both subsurface and topical glass polishing in all of our detailing classes, whether it's the 1-day, the 2-day, or the 3-day. So if you're kind of unsure what to do, get signed up for one of our classes. These are the most hands-on detailing classes on planet Earth, I guarantee it. We cover more topics, more tools, more techniques than any other class. There's no chairs, there's no sitting, there's no PowerPoint. I usually like to start them early at 7:30. Sometimes, you know, we start at 8:30, you know, because I'm feeling kind of benevolent. But either way, about a half hour into the first day, I will have a rotary polisher in your hand showing you how to do the major paint correction step, along with everything else we cover the first day, the second day, the third day, in our 3-day classes. And of course, we also have 1-day and 2-day classes. The thing is they just don't cover as many topics. The best class is the 3-day class here in Stewart. First day is all paint correction. Second day is machine dry sanding, something cool, someone's muscle car, a street rod. And then the third day is extreme boat detailing. So you get the most popular topics, paint correction, machine dry sanding, boat detailing in one weekend. So that means one set of airline tickets, one set of hotel, one rental car, one set of meals on the road. It all adds up plus the class. But you're gonna come out here, you're gonna learn a lot, you're gonna have a lot of fun, you're gonna make new friends. Anyway, to get these products, go to drbeasleys.com. To get more information about our detailing classes, go also to drbeasleys.com. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also, you can find the link to this in my bio on Instagram. And I hope to see you at a future detailing class.